Hey everyone, this is Mike,
Hey, and this is Josh,
and we are real
Real Dead.
dead.
And today we are going to be doing a review, and we're going to keep it non-spoiler in the beginning, but we are going to get into spoilers. We will make sure you know that we're getting into spoilers, so you can cut it off there if you don't want spoilers. I will say this: me and Mike, it might get a little testy in the spoiler section between me and Mike. So just letting you know that it could be more entertaining. The movie we're reviewing today is Exorcist Believer, right, Mike?
That's right, sir.
Okay, so this movie is rated R. It is directed by David Gordon Green, who is a very he's an acquired taste, I would say, when it comes to movies. He screwed up the Halloween trilogy. We know that. He totally screwed that up, except for 2018. That was good. If he would have ended it there, I think people would have been like totally way different with David Gordon Green, in my opinion. Now, it's
Yes.
not all his fault because there are writers here at fault as well. But so this Exorcist movie, they originally were supposed to come out Friday the 13th. They moved it up to October 6th because they didn't want to compete with Taylor Swift. Smart move on their part, on Blumhouse, because that was Blumhouse's call.
They
Smart
wanted to
move
be
on
the
their
number one horror movie out for a week.
right, and they will be. I think they will be. I don't think Saw X is going to be able to. It might though. I mean, it's gotten good ratings and stuff, but I think it'll be the number one horror movie, like Mike said.
So did you mention the beginning of this is non-spoilers? The
That's
end
right.
of it's going to be spoilers.
That's right. We're going to do non-spoilers right now and then spoilers. So, Mike, do you want to read that synopsis?
Yeah, I'll read the synopsis here, and then here in a second, I don't know if you want to do the Rotten score since today's day one. I can show it up, but
I mean, it's not really. I don't think it's fair because it's
that's
only
right.
the first. It's only the first day, and I think that takes some time to build up, especially for the audience score. Critic score is awful on this, guys. Okay, that's just the way it is. But there's a lot of movies. Monster Squad, awful critic score. Awesome movie. So I mean, you can't go by the critics all the time, in my opinion. But yeah, I think the audience score, you can show it, Mike, but I don't think it's not really great right now until maybe like a week or two from now after people actually went and seen it, because this is only the first day.
Okay, so I'm gonna read the synopsis first here.
Right.
Victor Fielding, Tony winner, and Oscar nominee Leslie Odom Jr., One Night in Miami and Hamilton,
Very
has
good
raised
actor.
their daughter. Huh?
Very good actor.
Yes. Has raised their daughter Angela on his own. But when Angela and her friend Catherine, newcomer Olivia Markham, disappear in the woods only to return 3 days later with no memory of what happened to them, it unleashes a chain of events that will force Victor to confront the nadir of evil and, in his terror and desperation, seek out the only person alive who has witnessed anything like it before, and that's Chris McNeil.
Okay.
So it is
Yep.
R-rated.
Yes.
Again, I don't think this is really fair, like you said. I'm just going to tell you what it is. As of right now on Rotten Tomatoes, there's 161 critics that have seen it, and it got a 22 so far. It was a 20, so it has came up 2%. Audience score, there's only been 100 verified so far, which is very, very small, but it's got a 55. So there's a difference of 22 to 55 between the critics and the audience already.
And if I'm not mistaken, earlier today when me and you were talking, it was at a 53. So it has came up 2 points since this morning, since just this afternoon. So this could go higher.
Could go up.
Right, it could go higher.
On both accounts, it could go up.
That's right. So I think it's unfair to look at that now. Now, a movie that's been out for a long time, sure, that's a good measuring stick. But especially with the audience, the critics, whatever. But so Mike, when you watch this movie, what some are your initial thoughts? We're not going to get into, like I said, the main story.
Yeah, we're not going to get into spoilers up front. So again, and we'll give a rating of what we think before we get into the spoilers too. So I thought the acting in it was really good. It was solid.
Yeah.
The two young girls do a great job.
Very good.
The actors that we just talked about, and I can't say one of the spoilers here, but you got the main actor in the whole movie was Leslie Odom. Really, really great.
Oh, great.
He carries the film, in my opinion.
Yes.
And they did bring back Ellen Burstyn in this movie from the original 50 years ago in 1973.
That's right.
And then you had I think her name's Lydia Jewett. Or Jewett, I think that's how you pronounce it. But she plays one of the actors, the child actors. And the other one, let's see what her name was. I want to make sure. Olivia O'Neill. I've already mentioned that. I thought the acting was solid in this.
Yeah.
I like the film. Some of the cinematography or whatever, the big word for it.
Yep.
How they came in and out.
Yep.
A couple jump scares in there.
Yeah.
Not saying where they're at, but that part of the movie I enjoyed.
Yeah.
My problem is with the storyline. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Until we get into spoilers.
I did not have a problem with the storyline. I did not like the returning character. I didn't care for that. I thought that was forced because I think the reason why they did that is because, well, we brought Laurie Strode back. We brought in that new Texas Chainsaw Massacre that was only on Netflix. We brought supposedly the original lady back when it wasn't really the original lady because she said no, but it was that character. And they've done this in other movies. It's like, okay, we don't need a returning character every time. Like, okay, but this lady's like, I don't know, 85 or 90 years old. Like, we don't need this. We don't need this lady in the movie. Now, if you want to bring back, like, I guess if you wanted to bring back like Linda Blair, that would have been better because she was the main character, Reagan.
Right.
So that would have been better, in my opinion, than bringing back the mother. And so it's like, okay, I mean, like I said, I mean, she is an older lady, so her acting, I don't think her acting was great or anything like that. But, it was forced, in my opinion. I do think, I'm just going to say this. I do think this is a better film than Halloween Ends, in my opinion. It's not as egregious where it really messes up like Halloween Ends, in my opinion. But yeah, there are some issues. I will say that there are some issues with it. Do I think it's a bad movie? No. If you're in the mood to go see a movie, during, the spooky season, Halloween, and want kind of like a scare. The other thing is, a lot of people going to see this movie don't give a crap about the original Exorcist. They don't care about that. They don't care about that story. They don't care about those characters. They're going to see this because it is a movie during this season, in my opinion. I think a lot of people are going to go see that because of that reason. Now, you do have people like Mike, like you, who love the original and wanted to see this movie done right by that. So you care on a different level, just like me and you care more about like what happened to Michael Myers in that trilogy. Like we cared about that. So to me, I don't really have any attachment to the original Exorcist. I just don't. I'll say it again. I think it's a boring film. They do good things in it, which I have went on record and said I do like the possession stuff in that original movie, but everything else is boring to me. This movie, I didn't feel like there was all that dead space, in my opinion. As much as the original, they tried to keep it more up tempo, and like you said, the acting is really, really good in this movie, I think. But maybe a couple characters are The other parents of the other kid, I don't know if her parents weren't the best. The dad, especially, was a bad actor, in my opinion. But yeah, I think.
And in the spoilers, I want to go into that more, deeper about the parents of the other.
Yeah, we will for sure. But,
so what kind of. Okay, let's go ahead and cut to the chase. What score do you give it, Josh, on a scale of 1 to 10? What's your score on it? And then we'll jump into our spoiler section. So this is non-spoilers up to now. We're going to tell you our score and what we think the movie is. We're not going to go into detail of why we gave it that score so much. If you want to watch the spoiler part of it, you can watch it a little, after you see it, maybe.
Now, I'm basing this off one watch. I think I would like to watch it again. Honestly, I do think I would like to watch it again to maybe because now that I've seen it, and I'm still thinking about it because I just saw it this morning. I would like to see it again, but I'm giving it a 6. I would give it a 6.
Okay.
I think it's worth a 6. I don't think it's a horrible movie.
5 being average. You think it's above
5
average?
being average. I'm giving it a 6. I'd say it's a little bit above average, but that's what my score.
Okay, so for me, I went with my son to see this. Don't shame me for that. And he's 13. He's about the same age as the little girls in here because it was 13 years after the beginning, 12 to 13 years.
Right.
So I was interested to see what he thought about it. My son gave it a 3 out of 10. Now he's 13 years old. There was some, like I said, some good jump scares in it that got him pretty good. I originally was going to give this a 4.
Yeah.
5 being average. I went up to 4.5. So I'm giving it a 4.5. I still think it's a little bit below average. Is it something like you said worth if you want to go out and see a spooky movie around the holiday?
Right.
Coming up the Halloween season, it's worth to go see.
Yeah.
I still want to go see Saw X because I think it scored a little bit better between the critics and now. So real quick, Josh, do you think this movie is last week Saw came out, Saw X?
Yep.
Which one do you think's better?
Saw X. In my opinion, because I'm more invested into that storyline though, Mike.
Right.
Like
maybe because like I am on The Exorcist. I don't know.
That's right.
Okay.